Hello everyone and welcome back to Matchbox Memories. Today we're going to have a look at Mix 10 of 2025. Now if you follow my channel and watch my videos, you're probably wondering why am I bringing in Mix 10 when I've already released videos on Mix 11 and 12 of 2025. Well, the reason being that the local Walmarts in Richmond and in the Vancouver area tend to completely miss out on certain mixes, and Mix 10 of 2025 was one of those mixes. So anyways, I had to wait till the local dollar stores started bringing this mix in. I have all the vehicles but the UPS truck, which I am diligently searching for. So without any further ado, let's open this mix. So before we open this mix, I should say I did find a couple other vehicles that I have been desperately looking for. One was the moving parts Tesla vehicle, which I found last week at a toy show, and I'm pretty sure my aunt in Japan has got me one as well. And then also a vehicle to the right, the Ford Explorer from the Jurassic Park series that I just couldn't find here. And once again, I got to thank my aunt in Japan for that, because she sent that to me a few weeks ago. So anyways, without any further ado, let's have a look at some of these Mix 10 vehicles. All right, no good place to start, so let's start with this Fiat. Second version of this vehicle we also saw it in a lighter green, the 2024 Fiat Topolino. Not everyone's choice in terms of vehicle, but I quite like collecting this. I think it's fairly cute. Don't want too many different variations of it, but 2 or 3 isn't going to hurt my collection. There's the packaging that we are used to seeing in 2025, and there's the back including the licenses. So let's have a look at this Fiat. There it is out of its packaging. Sort of an army green, isn't it? Really, it's an army green. Fully detailed back. No side livery, no doors. Looks like a bar at a nightclub. That. Fully detailed front. Interesting little car. 2024 Fiat Topolino. And to the right of it, we do have the first version, which is also sort of an interesting green. It's the National Parks green that they made this vehicle in. There it is. Same detailing. Also quite nice. Good little collection of 2 vehicles. Alright, next let's have a look at probably my least favorite casting of this particular lineup, the 2024 Chevy Silverado EV. Partially because I'm not a huge fan of EVs in general, EV trucks even less of a fan of, and quite frankly I'm not a huge fan of this particular casting. I do have it in another color. I didn't pull it out just because I didn't know where it was, to be honest with you. But here it is. There's the card, there's the vehicle. Let's have a quick look at it. I can't remember if it was in blue or black, but we have seen this before. And they make this exact vehicle in the Hot Wheels mainline as well, the 2024 Chevy Silverado EV. I mean, if you like EVs and you like Chevys, this isn't a bad vehicle. Gotta say, with all these new vehicles, I just don't like these tiny little headlights. Just doesn't give it much of a face. Left-hand drive. It's really well designed. No fault of the designers. Nothing in the bed. Silverado, so some side liveries. It doesn't look like the back has any lights or details, but the front's fully done. So not a terrible vehicle, just one that I don't necessarily want to collect. I hope they don't make too many of this particular vehicle. Alright, let's have a look at another truck. The 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. I've seen a few different versions of this now. Nice packaging. Let's open this up. It's out of its case. See, the paint job's not as clean as it could be. Look at that, that's just awful paint work. Fully detailed back and front. Left-hand drive, black interior, gray base, dark gray base. The 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. I think this would be a vehicle where they should have a tow hook. Of course, we've seen a few different versions of this vehicle and I have them all, so let's have a look at those as well. And there they are, guys. They're all mainlined from the last 2 or 3 years. This one's from the 70th anniversary. You can see the 70th anniversary livery. Straight up metallic gray in red, and this black. Black one's probably my favorite version. Same detail in most of these vehicles. And surprisingly, the 70th anniversary one has, I would say, details right around, so pretty good. Side livery, a little bit of brake lights there. They didn't paint in the F-150, but yeah, front's fully done as well. So quite nice, and a nice set of wheels on this particular vehicle. And I just thought it'd be interesting to compare it to the Ford Maverick, which is in a very similar blue, and this one is a Matchbox vehicle. From the moving parts line, you can see the hood or the bonnet opens, and 2023 Ford Maverick. You can see the difference in size. This really is a fairly small truck in real life as well. Quite ordinary, and a beast of a truck there. All right, in the interest of time, I'm going to open a few vehicles at a time. We're going to start off with this 2021 Ford Mustang. We are going to open the 1994 Jeep Wagoneer in gold. That is the second version of that particular vehicle. And since we're opening Wagoneers, let's open the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer as well. I love this casting. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Anyways, 3 vehicles to open. Let's have a look at them. Alright, so I've opened all 3 vehicles. We will start by looking at the Mustang. Unusual burnt orange, metallic burnt orange. Good set of tires, fully detailed back and front. Look at that, beautiful. Electric, but it's nice, and unlike other electric cars, this does have a set of good size set of headlights, so nice. And we've seen a few different versions of this. There are a couple of versions that are 8 or 9 pack exclusive that I don't have, but I will show you the other 4 versions of this vehicle that I do have in my collection. So those are the versions that I have in my collection, guys. The burnt orange version we just looked at, this red version, I can't remember if that was out of a 5-pack or if it was a mainline. And then these are 2 distinct yellows. One is in the form of a taxi cab, New York City taxi cab. It's quite popular, fairly hard to find now. And this yellow, beautiful yellow version, once again, I can't remember what it's from. Of course, we've seen it in gray as well. And I think, from memory, I think there's a 9-pack version that has a very similar 9-pack exclusive as that particular vehicle. And then, of course, it's also an exclusive in blue in an 8 or 9-pack. I can't remember now. All right, next we'll have a look at the 2 Wagoneers. Let's have a look at the older one first. The 1964 Jeep Wagoneer. Not even sure how to describe this color. It's not quite gray, it's not quite green, it's something in between. Beautiful bronzy gold metallic paint, fully detailed front, tow hook, fully detailed back as well. A light yellow interior, And this, of course, is the second version of this particular vehicle that Matchbox has made. First one was in white. I did have it displayed till the other day, and I finally put it away, and I couldn't find where I put it away. So anyways, there it is. We have seen it before in white. Can't remember if it was in 2024 or 2023, but I think it's a fantastic casting. And then the newest Wagoneer we've seen is the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer in this metallic bottle blue or navy blue, fully detailed front, gray interior, fully detailed back as well. Beautiful. Love this casting. I think it's fantastic. 2022 Wagoneer. Of course, the first version in red. Beautiful. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait for them to make these of this vehicle in black and in white. All right, let's have a look at the Lexus and the Toyota Supra. Only fitting to have a look at them together, and then finally we'll have a look at the 1995 BMW 318 Ti, which is a new casting for 2025. So this one we've seen a few times now. 1994 Lexus LS 400. I'm still missing the mainline black version of this, which never came to Vancouver, and I've never been able to find it for a decent price online. I love Lexuses. I drive a Lexus. I drive a 2007 Lexus IS 250 all-wheel drive, so I'm always happy to add these particular vehicles to my collection. And then there's the Toyota Supra, 2023 Toyota GR Supra. I think they just stopped making this vehicle because I think it ran with a BMW engine, and the relationship with regards to this car and the engine with BMW, I think they stopped making that engine, so as a result they're gonna recreate this Supra. Different versions of this 1994 Lexus LS 400 that I have. The green one we just opened, emerald green, metallic emerald green I should say, fully detailed back. Beautiful vehicle. Gray interior, black base, really nice. The debut version, this is the one I used to see the most often on the streets in Vancouver and Richmond. You still see a few of these cars running around. They have collector plates now, or just beginning to have collector plates. Definitely a car that has lasted for a few decades now and still look quite good. And in the back there, basically the same vehicle. I did a wheel swap because I remember when I saw these on the street, they had these gaudy gold rims, and I thought, you know what, let me throw a set of Hot Wheels rims on them and make them look like the versions I used to see on the streets 30 odd years ago. In red from the 5-pack, I think this is the Japan Cruises 2 Matchbox 5-pack that had this vehicle. All red, red interior, sort of a maroon, two-tone maroon and red. Paint job, fully detailed again, beautiful vehicle. And then this is from the 70th anniversary series, good set of wheels. A little boring, but there they are. And then of course the Toyota Supra. I do like this color. The 2023 Toyota GR Supra in yellow. I do see this car in this exact color on the streets in Vancouver. Look at that, fully detailed back. It's got logos, it's got different shades on the different lights. It's a Supra MK5 on the license plate, GR on the right hand side there. Just gorgeous. Look at the detailing on that vehicle. Fully detailed front, beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. And of course the first version came in white and also a nice casting, good color scheme, exactly the same set of detailing. I have to say the tires on this not as good as the ones on the yellow version. Beige interior, left-hand drive. Look at that, side by side. Fantastic. All right, let's have a look at the BMW 1995 BMW 318 Ti. This is a new casting for 2025. Not the best BMW they ever made, but one we did see lots of on the streets in the 90s and early 2000s. And by 2005, they're all in dump sites being finished off for scrap metal. Anyways, let's open this up and have a look at it. I have to say, absolutely fantastic casting. Whoever designed this did a phenomenal job. Fully detailed front, including the signals, and a fully detailed back. It says E36 CMPCT, so E36 compact. Sort of a hatchback version of this vehicle. Beautiful, really, really well designed, as I said before. 1995 BMW 318 Ti. Grey base, black interior. Bought two of these and I'm really glad I did, because this really does look very, very good. Alright, last three castings I'm going to open in this video are the Ford Explorer, the Tesla Cybertruck, and this London taxi. So let's start off with the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer that was so impossible to find in Vancouver and Richmond, although I have noticed that they've been bringing these into one of the local grocery stores, so there's a chance I might be able to get more of them at some point. As you can see, I got mine from Japan, so thanks to my aunt and Nori for this absolutely gorgeous vehicle, and I am excited to unbox this and have a closer look at it. And there we have it out of its packaging. Let's get rid of the packaging and have a look at this elusive vehicle. 93 Ford Explorer Jurassic Park. As far as I know, this is the third version of it. It is the first time that it has come in this particular color. Front's not detailed, but the hood is. We have side livery, and sadly the back's not detailed either. Gray base, light gray interior. Really, really nice casting. Of course, there's been two other versions. There's been a clean version and a muddied up version. You can see the mud splatter all across this particular version, and the red marks here are supposedly the paw prints of dinosaurs. This is a clean version. There's no mud on it. But there are several other Jurassic Park themed vehicles that are in a similar color tone as the Ford Explorer that we just looked at. So there are some of those vehicles. I have lots of different Jurassic Park vehicles in my collection, and I'm very, very happy to add this absolutely wonderful Ford Explorer. It's going to look really, really good when I have space and time to create a Jurassic Park themed display. All right, I just opened a London taxi in my last video, so I'm not gonna pull all my London taxis, but this is the one I don't have in my collection. I just picked this up. It just came in the mail this week, and I'm excited to open. It is a limited edition to 15,500. It is from the Matchbox Superfast series from the early 2000s. This one is from 2006. Has a 2006 Mattel license, made in China or Thailand as marked. So let's open this up and have a look at this particular vehicle. I was hoping to keep this vehicle under 20 minutes, but I have failed to do that. Anyways, quick look at the box. Traditional Superfast, Matchbox 75. In the years when Matchbox used to only make 75 vehicles every year. This is number 69 of the Superfast series. Look at that, beautiful. Absolutely fantastic box, and the quality is fairly good. There's the empty box. Came in this plastic to protect the vehicle and the vehicle itself. Look at that, just gorgeous. Red interior, detail front, side delivery, detail back. Beautiful. One of the best versions of this vehicle that I have in my collection. London taxi, absolutely gorgeous. All right, last vehicle. I paid $10 Canadian for this. Retails about $5, so I didn't mind spending the $10 Canadian. Bought it at the toy show last weekend, or this weekend, and just couldn't find it on the pegs. Found every single vehicle, found multiples of every single vehicle from this series, which I think is mix 12 of 2025. Moving parts. I didn't find the Super Chase either, which is the Land Rover, the convertible one in red. But anyways, let's open this Tesla Cybertruck up and have a look at it. All right, I've unboxed it. It took me a second to figure out what the moving part was. It is the trunk, which is in the front of the vehicle, and I can tell you right now, there's not much trunk space in this particular vehicle. There's the interior. You can sort of see what it entails. Fully detailed back. It'd be nice if this was a moving part as well, but it's not. The only thing I really have to compare it to is the Hot Wheels mainline. So let me grab those and we'll have a look at them. And there they are side by side. You can see the Matchbox moving parts version is a more stock model. The Hot Wheels version is actually more of an off-road. It's lifted. It's much higher off the ground than the moving parts version. But other than that, they're fairly similar. I will say that the Matchbox version is slightly thinner. I think they've got the angles right, whereas the Hot Wheels version, the angles look slightly off on the vehicle. Certainly too round at the front there. It just seems more like the real truck to me. There it is. There they are. And I happen to have the Hot Wheels Tesla Cyber Quad, I think it's called, there as well. And there they all are. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And do not forget to hit the like button on YouTube. Thank you.